Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ahmed Sobhy, Google Developer Expert at IoT, and today I will give you a small introduction about machine learning APIs, and we will go quickly through a quick definition about machine learning, deep learning, and so on. Our session today will be in English. I think we gave the same session with the same content 1 week ago with Arabic. I have Mr. Julian, our facilitator today, so he will help me in the session, replying your questions and so on. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask on the chat. So quickly, we will go through machine learning APIs. But before we will go to machine learning APIs, I wanted to announce our online sessions. So I think all of you have the schedule sent by mail or through Twitter and so on. So we have different topics, different sessions. We have intermediate sessions, and we have advanced sessions. So feel free to attend the sessions that meet your skills. Especially today, we will give a quick introduction about machine learning APIs, and I will talk machine learning APIs is the first step to get in machine learning. And after my session, we have another expert will give another session with TensorFlow. So both of sessions completing each other. So if you want to start with the first level of machine learning, which is machine learning APIs, you can go with my session. If you have the knowledge or you gain the knowledge of the basics, you can go with machine learning TensorFlow in the next session, inshallah. All times in the schedule in Dubai time, so you need to adjust the timing with your local time. Quickly, I wanted to go through what is the machine learning and what is the deep learning and AI and so on. So I will start with algorithm. So usually we hear the algorithm inside each talk, inside each video we see on the internet or YouTube. So algorithm is a couple of steps you need to solve a certain problem. For example, usually I take this example. For example, I want to open my laptop. So I wanted to open my bag, then get my laptop out, open my laptop, connect the charger, press power button to open my laptop. With this couple of steps, you can open your laptop. So this is the algorithm to open my laptop. Simply, this is a simple definition for algorithm. So why I wanted to give you introduction to this definition or why I mention algorithm in this talk, because all of programming stuff based on algorithm, the way you solve the problem, the way you think to solve the problem. So algorithm is something important you need to know as a programmer or beginner even. So second thing I wanted to highlight or mention is artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. What is the artificial intelligence? What is the machine learning? What is the deep learning? So simply, when the machine started to act like a human, here we can say it is artificial intelligence. So the machine started to gain the artificial, started to act as a human. For example, if you see like a couple of fruits, or if you saw one of your friends, you can recognize your friend. You can recognize who you are meeting and so on. But it is very hard to on the machine to recognize people. So when the machine starts to recognize people, we call this like artificial intelligence. So the machine got the artificial intelligence in this step. Second definition is machine learning, which is a sub-branch of artificial intelligence when the machine started to learn itself. they have the, let's say, the algorithm, or they have the machine learning algorithms or the machine learning models, and the machine started to train itself, and started to produce results based on the training. So in this case, we call it machine learning. The machine started to learn itself. Deep learning, it's a sub branch as well from the machine learning. So the machine started to learn from no knowledge. So we gave it a couple of, let's say we give it a basket of fruits. So the machine started to categorize all those fruits and started to say this category is have a certain feature, like it is green and maybe it is long, like maybe it is another group, it is the color is orange, it is circular, and so on. So in this way we can differentiate between things with the features. So the machine started to categorize, making clusters of fruits. These clusters have a different type of features, and this cluster has a certain type of features. This is a simple animation explaining visually what I mean. So when the machine started to recognize fruits, humans, and so on, recognize things, we call it artificial intelligence. And when the machine start to learn and to train itself with models or algorithms, so we call it machine learning. So the machine started to train itself and it learn itself. Okay. Finally, the deep learning. So the machine started to do something different, which is categorizing stuff, making categories of fruits and giving features for each category, mentioning whatever inside this category or features from the data we give to the machine. So the big data is a gradient of machine learning and AI. So we gave a huge amount of data with unknown features, with unknown characteristics. So this amount of data, we need to analyze it. So we run a machine learning model. This machine learning model started to work and extracting the features and analyze this kind of data. So that is what big data means. Okay. The application of machine learning and AI actually started to be in the industry, to be in the even smart homes, IoT. It has been applied in different industries segments like smart cars and so on. So it is a growing technology and the most trendy technology. As a developer, you need to start learning machine learning. Okay. Why I should learn machine learning? Because nowadays all products and all technologies going with machine learning. You can imagine you have a smart home. And before you return to your home back from work, your home started to give you a suggestion to turn on your AC, to make a coffee, and so on. All of this based on machine learning and AI. You can imagine your car driving its own, Tesla and BM. We have a lot of self-driving cars دلوقتي. So now, simply, if you can imagine, if you have a self-driving car, what you need, get in the car and it will take you home. How can we get in this field? How we can develop this kind of products? Okay, what is the knowledge I need? Okay, so let me start asking you a simple question. This question's what is the experience you have? Are you developer or machine learning expert or data scientist? Maybe you are one of them, but this session I will give this session for developers, not machine learning experts or even data scientists. But machine learning, we can democratize machine learning. So machine learning it is not exclusive for a certain category of people or certain people having a certain kind of knowledge. So if you have the developer skills, basic developer skills, or you have machine learning expert skills, or you have data scientist skills or knowledge, you can simply use machine learning. Today, we will talk about how to get started in machine learning. So in my personal perspective, and I can see machine learning in 3 levels. First level is machine learning APIs, which is that service provided by Google, by IBM, by Amazon. You can use the machine learning API making a product. Like you have an application, this application translating from let's say from Chinese to Arabic. So you can simply use machine learning API to translate from different languages simply with couple lines of commands. But if you want to reinvent the wheel and make your own machine learning model to detect the Chinese and then translate this Chinese words to English, so you need to get an endless loop. And you need more knowledge than you can imagine. So this is the first step. Second step, you can use like frameworks like TensorFlow and open source frameworks and libraries, models, and so on. So you can use it to train and to make your machine learning applications. Finally, you can develop your own machine learning models, which is the most advanced level in machine learning. Today we will cover the first one. I will cover the first one, and our expert will cover the second one. So you will start with the first step using APIs. Then you can use frameworks like TensorFlow. So our session second session today will focus on machine learning with TensorFlow. Okay. So today we have a cool platform called Quick Labs. Quick Labs, it is a training platform from Google. So we can train ourselves how to use APIs. And today I will start quickly to give you access, free access to Quick Labs, as you can test and try all APIs from Google. We have over 200 API from Google, so you can test them. It's not only exclusive for machine learning. So I will introduce to you the most related machine learning APIs at Google Cloud Platform. We will start with Cloud Vision, and Google have like mainly I will focus on the 4 APIs. Cloud Vision, Cloud Natural Language, and the Cloud Speech, as well Cloud Translate. Cloud Vision, it is a simple API. You can use it through command lines, through JSON requests, through native application. If you are developing your Android application or developing whatever application you are developing with different languages, like Python, Java, and so on, you can check the documentation how to download client libraries and use the API. Cloud Vision can detect faces, labels, and OCRs as well. It can detect landmarks, like if you give the Cloud Vision API image from pyramids, it will say the pyramids, give you the location, give you the related links on the internet, and it can as well make a safe search. If you have a website, this website provide like search or certain functions related with search. You can limit the results depending on the content you need. As well, it can detect the logos and the products. Simply, you need to create a JSON request. You have your image. Oh, I need to You have your own image, whatever the image you have, and you need to create the JSON request. This JSON request will have or point to the image, maybe in cloud storage or with different storage platform. Then you can send this request or call the API, send this request to the API. Then the API will detect all features inside this image and getting back to you with the JSON object with all features inside this image. We can go quickly to Cloud Vision API. So I can, like you can imagine how Cloud Vision API works. So I will open, okay. I will open this, oh, sorry, okay. I clicked the wrong link. Need to switch. Okay. So this is a quick demo about Cloud Vision API. I just need to upload any image inside this square and inside this place, and we can take, for example, maybe we can take Ahmed Sobhy. Okay. For me, as Egyptian, Mohammed Salah, it's a popular face, so I can use like this image and just save it. Okay. Then I need to upload the image here and just clicking. I'm not a robot. Okay, I have a capture. We will learn how to make this request without using this interface. As a developer, we will use the coding to do that. So quickly, this API can detect faces as well objects. He detected this is a man, it is not a woman, and maybe we will have labels about he have hair, he have a beard, he have a hairstyle, he have a mustache, and so on. So you can get all of this kind of labels. It will help you. As well, it detected logos. So we have here Adidas logo. So the API detected the logo. So we have the related search link. It's called web injection. So the API detected all images inside the internet or inside the Google search APIs. So you can get the related links. You can get articles from different places. You can click whatever you want. And this is a safe search. Yeah, you can detect if it is something like it contains violence or adult contents. You can detect it as well. Okay, so this is some features related with the image, and here we have like we can stay on logos. Here we have the JSON object, the JSON request and response. So the response contains the data we need to use at our application, and the response, the request contains the request we will send, the JSON request we will send, and we will learn how to send this request. Okay, this is a simple example for machine learning vision API. Okay, so we have the second one, which is speech API, so it can detect different languages. And I will demo as well, like we will demo as well with the speech API how to like translate from we can move to speech. How to translate from certain accent in Arabic to English. Okay, or from English to certain accent in Arabic. So I will speak in English, then we will translate. Okay, and the language. Hi, okay. Because I'm using the incognito browser, so I have a very hard time with it. It's very hard. Oh, a lot of bridges here. Okay. So, I need to allow the microphone. Hi, I'm Ahmed Sobhy. Okay. Hi, I'm Ahmed Sobhy. Okay, so I have a couple of trouble with it. Okay. So simply you can see it detects the words I say and so on. So how to use this or inject this API inside your application? We will learn how to use it with the Quick Labs platform. Okay. Right now, we will start preparing for our Quick Labs, but I will give you a quick examples about machine learning APIs or machine learning in general. How can we use a machine learning, or which application we can deploy machine learning inside it. For example, Google using machine learning in different application, or maybe right now Google using machine learning for all Google applications. Like Google Music, they using machine learning to recommend songs for you after you listen for let's say 3 or 4 couple of songs and so on. So they started to recommend something similar for things you like. As well in Gmail, and we all noticed that in Gmail they started to use machine learning like autocomplete features, like spamming features. So if you received a spam mail, so this Gmail automatically labeled this mail as a spam, and maybe recently I'm receiving a lot of spam mails from different websites. So the first thing in the subject started with double star spam double star. So it started to detect the spams as well, autocomplete features and so on. Google Photos, if you have a Google Photos, or if you are using Google Photos offering suggestions for edits and image style and so on. As well, suggest Google Photos suggesting animation and so on. And we all familiar with Google search with voice. So if you have Android app, you can simply speak, and this text will translate it to a search result. So you can apply the same thing or using the same features or the same API in your application if you have an application. How to get started with our Quick Labs? We need to open this link. So we will open incognito browser. Why we should start with incognito browser? Simply, I have my personal browser. So if you open Quick Labs inside your personal browser, you have each lab, you will have a temporary Google account. And as usual, as we are using Google Chrome, Google Chrome saving Google accounts to make the process easier for you each time you log in. So simply you will have many accounts. It will annoy you. This is first part. Second part, we want you to be away of your personal account. So you will have a Google account and password to test and try through Google Cloud Console. So we want you to be away of your personal account, not to be charged for Google Cloud if you apply the lab on your personal account. So this is a point. Last point, somehow our browser saving cookies and history, and this kind of cookies and history may be causing some errors with the platform, which is Quick Labs. So we need to avoid all of this. So simply open your Google Chrome, open your incognito browser or incognito window, or click Control-Shift-N or Command-Shift-N for Mac users. So I already working from incognito browser, and what I'm going to do, I will open the link. It will open on the Quick Labs quest, which is machine learning APIs. For all people, I don't know how many people using Quick Labs for first time, but you can write in the chat. Let us know, because we can help you more. You need to join to enroll. If you are a new user to Quick Labs, just click join to enroll. If you click join to enroll, you will have two options: join with Google or join with email. I prefer to log in with email as I can subscribe the newsletter, because if you finish the first quest, you will have another month for free from Quick Labs. So I usually subscribe the newsletter, because Quick Labs having a weekly competition, so you will be notified with the weekly competition and the competition code of how to join this competition. It is a worldwide competition, so maybe you will be one of the champion who win this competition. Then add your personal information, first name, last name, and email, and so on. Then add your company name, university, whatever you want to add in this section. As well, you can set your password, then create your account. Once you created your account, you can log in. Or you need to go to your email. You will find a verification mail. Click on the link. Once your account is verified, you need to sign in. So how to sign in? Simply open the link, Quick Lab link, then click sign in. Sign in with the method you registered with. However, if you registered with a Google account or with your mail, click on it. But I'm registered with my mail, so I will log in with my mail. Okay, so once you logged in, you will find this button, blue button, in enroll in this quest. I will click enroll to this quest. And right now I have enrolled to this quest. Okay, so this quest is machine learning APIs. You can complete the quest. If you can completed 4 labs from this quest, you can apply for free Coursera, for free access for Coursera. We have a free access for Coursera. Okay, let me get back to the slides. So you need to fill this form if you finished 4 labs. So it is important to you to finish 4 labs. As well, if you finished 4 labs, I have a personal prize. I will give it to the people who attended the session today. I will give to Google Home Mini. Depending on some rules, I will mention it by the end of the session. We all started our Quick Labs, so we need to check if we have the free credits. If you click on your icon here, so you will find monthly subscription. If you have 0 credit, please write in the discussion or in the chat, and we can help you. Our facilitator will help you to solve this issue. But I will mention this quickly. If you have 0 credit, what you need to do, just sign out. If you have 0 credit, sign out. Both cases, if you have 0 credit, or if you have an old Quick Labs account. So just sign out, open the link which is bit.ly/MENA 06 July 19-ML. Open this link in your browser, and it is a clear, it is a new window, so no need to open the link in the same window. Just close it, and I open it in the new window. Then click sign in. Once you signed in, you will find monthly subscription. If you follow the 3 steps I mentioned, you will find the monthly subscription. Okay. Back to the presentation. So right now we need to prepare our Quick Labs. All of us need to prepare our Quick Labs, and we will start, or we will take 2 labs: speech lab and vision lab. We will use only those 2 labs. What I need from you, just all people attending this session online right now or live right now, I need you to confirm you have a monthly subscription. As well, I need you to confirm that you saved the 3 links here, because we will need them along our session. Okay. We can take a break for 5 minutes, so we can make sure you already have the free access for Quick Labs. As well, you have everything ready. Go and bring your cup of tea or Nescafe or whatever, and we will start hands-on work, or the hands-on workshop, after the 5 minutes. Okay, so I think we finished our 5 minutes. So right now we will start directly with quick labs. I think our facilitators sent you the links inside the chat, so you can copy it. We will start with the first one, which is speech API, which is the most simple one. The idea of this quest just giving you a simple introduction about APIs and how to call APIs. So feel free to study the whole quest yourself. I just will give you a simple introduction, and I will drive you to make a call for speech API and vision API. We can make a couple of calls, but we will test it just to test it, to put your hand on the water, so you can feel how things going on, or how things work. Okay. So right now we will start with Cloud Speech API. And before starting with Cloud Speech, I would like to give a simple introduction about Quick Labs for people using Quick Labs for first time. I believe we have a lot of people using Quick Labs for first time. So as I mentioned before, Quick Labs is a training platform from Google, so you can use it. And right now you have 1 month for free, so you can learn, study whatever field or technology you want, like cloud storage, like machine learning, IoT, whatever you want to study. Just go to Quick Labs. So we can start with the home screen. So here we will find the catalog on the left panel. You will find the catalog. So you will find GCP Essentials, which is introduction about Google Cloud Platform, and it contains one important lab, how to use Quick Labs, G Suite and Kubernetes, a lot of quizzes. So you will find a lot of quizzes, many of quizzes. So you can browse them. You can go through all of it. You can select the career you want to complete in. You can decide whatever you want. But for this lab or for this session, we will use machine learning APIs only. And quickly we can go with GCP Essentials, which is the easiest quest in the Quick Labs. First lab in GCP Essentials, if you are interested to read and learn yourself, first lab can give you an introduction about the platform itself. So it explaining the fundamentals of Quick Labs. So how to do to start your lab, how to do to get a credit, how to do to update your scores, and so on. So this lab giving you a quick introduction, and I will do this myself right now. So no need to read this one. You can just pass by this lab and get the extra knowledge inside it. Okay, so this is the first one. Second one is creating virtual machine. This lab is very important because all services we using on Quick Labs or Google Cloud Platform may need to create a virtual machine, which is a virtual computer on the internet with a certain processing power and memory and so on. Especially in machine learning, if you use TPUs and so on, so you will need to create a virtual machine with like 30 gigabyte processors and like 90 gigabyte of RAM and so on. So you can customize your machine to run your machine learning models and so on. Okay. After we go through this introduction, actually you don't need to stick with us. You can learn yourself after this introduction. Each lab in Quick Labs having an overview and introduction about this lab, what you will learn, what is the goals of this lab. the prerequisites you need to know to start this lab. So for example, creating a virtual machine needing you to have a knowledge with text editors like Vim, Nano, and so on. The setup required to start this lab. So you will find first step here is giving you step-by-step tutorials with images, so you can complete this lab or complete each task with less effort. Okay. So if you clicked on Start Lab, we will follow the steps. Step number 1, click on Start Lab. I started the lab. So all of you will see this message. After you see this message, you already have a 1 month subscription. So no need to buy subscription from here. So if you click here, you will need to, sorry, because I have a subscription, you will need to buy a subscription with your credit card, but actually you have this subscription for 1 month for free. So what we will do, we will click on create, we will click on use subscription. So this section is our section because we have a 3-month access, use subscription. Okay, so it is very, very important because people getting the free month, but they cannot use it. Okay, after we clicked on Start Lab, you can see here we have this panel. This panel contains the Google account and the password. Okay, so if we follow the second step, it says copy the username and then click Open Google Console. Here, Open Google Console, if I click Open Google Console, it will ask me for a Google account and password. The most important point here, after you create your Quick Labs account, or after you click Start Lab. After you click Start Lab, you need to forget your personal account. You need to forget your personal account. It is very, very important. And here you can see if you go through this step, you can see Quick Labs making annotation like you need to use the account provided by Google. Here, this is the account provided by Google. No need to use your personal account. So I will use this account. If you use your personal account, you will face a lot of issues, and your score here on the right will not calculate it. So you need to calculate your score. You need to check you are going on the right way or not. So you need to use this account because Google or Quick Labs having a script. This script run on the machine and checking your score. I don't know actually the science behind the checking, but they having a tools that can check your scores or the step or progress you are doing for each lab through this account only. Okay, so I will copy this username, this mail, which is ending at quicklabs.net. Then I will use this password to sign in. Next, accept. So I will accept terms and conditions, so on. Don't change anything because this is a temporary account. Once our lab time ends, you will lose this account. It is a temporary account just to check or do this lab. So here we have Google Console. In this console, you will find a lot of information, the APIs you are using, and so on. Okay, I need one last time to agree conditions. Okay, and project name. We may need this project name in the future. So you know right now from where you can get the project name, project ID. Also, we have the project ID here in Quick Labs, GCP project ID. We have a lot of information here, but the most important part for me is this left panel. This left panel or navigation menu. So here you will find all Google Cloud services, starting from computing, starting from storage, until you reach machine learning and artificial intelligence stuff. So you can find big data, machine learning, and so on. So you can find a lot of services. You can use and test whatever you want through Quick Labs without paying 1 cent. Okay? So that is why I like using Quick Labs actually. So you will learn the process, then you can apply in different cloud providers, Google, Amazon, and so on. It will help you. Okay. Right now, we can follow the steps in this lab. So after we creating this lab, starting the lab and navigating inside Google Cloud Console, in this lab, it requests to open Cloud Shell. If you need to open the Cloud Shell like Terminal or CMD for Windows and so on. If you are a developer, so you will be familiar with this kind of terminals or shell. So you will need it for your Quick Labs account to manage your Google Cloud Platform account. So here, the Quick Labs guides us to execute a certain commands. Those kind of commands just to test your knowledge with shell skills and so on. So here we have a command to list all accounts active on this project. So if you have a company and you have like 10 engineers working on the same project, so you need to know who is working on, let's say IoT project or machine learning project. So if you have the access to Google Cloud Platform account, you can list people who are working or active on this project. So you will find the active accounts here, which is returning the emails of those people or engineers. So here you will find the command, execution command, then the output and output example. So no need to do more effort, like understanding, like to do more effort to expect the results. Quick Labs make the process easier. He giving you the command, and then told you the output will be similar for this one, because you need to make sure you are going on the right way, because it is a learning platform. After that, we have a couple of commands as well. So we can get the project ID with this command. List project, config list project. So we have the project ID. And so on. So you can test the command shell, and we will have GCP basics introductions, GCP essentials sessions that will let you know all secrets and details of this lab. But right now, I think I gave a quick introduction about Quick Labs, and I give this introduction on creating the virtual machine. And I think you can get this, you can go through this lab through our session, GCP Essentials. I think, I don't know the date of the session, but you can go through it. Right now, I give you an overview about Quick Labs platform, and I gave you a quick overview about how to use Quick Labs. We need to move to our lab, which is I believe it was speech API, how to use speech API. So I will take it here and we'll go with it. Okay. Simply, we will have the overview, the introduction, and the setup requirements. And I think we don't have any prerequisites here. So anyone can do this lab or can start with this lab. So first step for our lab today is clicking on Start Lab. So if you follow the Quick Lab tutorials, you can do your lab in your own. No need to like having guidance from someone. You can do it in your own. Okay. After we start our lab, we will have the panel containing a lot of information, which is Google account and password and project ID. Then we will go through testing for the shell command shell, Google Cloud Shell. We will activate the Google Cloud Shell and test it as usual, listing the people who are working on the project or active account on the project, as well project ID and so on. Then we will create something called API key. we need to call the API, which is application programming interface. Google having the engines or the machines or algorithm behind this API. So to make things easy for developers, Google produced the speech API with a documentation. You can go through it. I will give you the link by the end of the session. So it will make things easy to use Google knowledge or Google science behind the speech recognition and so on with simple API requests. So to call this API, we need access for it. We need a key. So we will get the API key or create the API key. After creating the API key, we will make a JSON request with a file. This file contain a voice. Let me open the file. Okay. I need the Google account first, so I need to wait. Until the lab start to get the credential. But in summary, this file, okay, we got our credentials. So I will log in and let you hear what is the content or what is the voice inside this file. Accepting terms and conditions and so on.
How old is the Brooklyn Bridge? How old is the Brooklyn Bridge? How old is the Brooklyn Bridge?
As you listen right now, the voice file containing simple sentence, which is how old is the Brooklyn Bridge. But how can we get the text inside the voice? This is our challenge. So we will use Google Speech API to detect or analyze the voice inside this sound, recorded sound, and get the text from it. Okay, after we started our lab, we can go to open Google Cloud Console. I need to sign in. I think we are signed in with this account. I will take it. Well, this one. Okay. We need to follow the steps, starting from creating API key. The steps here, we are familiar with starting the Cloud Shell or activating Google Cloud Shell, but we can do it one more time because I don't like to have people to get lost in this step because I jumped a couple of steps. So I will start from the beginning. We started our quick labs. After starting quick labs, we logged in with the credential provided by Quick Labs, not our account. After that, we will activate the Cloud Shell. So here I will activate the Google Cloud Shell. I will activate Google Cloud Shell. And we will test as usual our Cloud Shell. After activating the Cloud Shell, you can see here the tutorial giving you step by step with images, so no need to get lost. So I will list the active accounts on this project. So we will have our Quick Labs account for this lab. So it will change each time we finish the lab and we have another lab. You can find another account. And the regular process, we will list the project ID and so on. So for me, the important step starting from creating API key. So how to create an API key? To create API key, click on navigation menu. We will click on navigation menu. Then we will go APIs and services, and then we will click on credential. Here I will click on API and services. Then I will click on credentials. Okay, after clicking on the credentials, we will find here creating a credential. So I will create a new credentials. I have a drop-down menu. I have a lot of options. I need to use API key for now, so I will create API key. So I have my API key. I need to copy it right now. So I will copy it and I will keep it. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. Okay. So I will create my API key and I will copy it. Okay, so I will keep it here because I will need to export it right now, but we need to complete. After creating the API key, I need to check the progress. So I have, how many points we have for creating the API key? I have 30 points for creating the API key. So I need to check my progress. I check my progress. So I will get my 30 points. So I got 30 by 30. Then I need to export my API key inside the Cloud Shell. Here, I need to export it. So I need to define a variable because in our request we will call the variable, not calling the API key each time. So this will make the process easier for us. So I will go and export my API key. Here I need to replace, here I will replace the term after equal. This term I will delete it and I will use the API key. Correct? API key. So we will have a variable called API key here. This variable contain this value. Okay. After that, we need to create a request to the JSON file. This is our request file. So you can create it with Nano, you can create it with Touch, the method you are familiar with, or the text editor you are familiar with. So for me, we can use the same thing here, then we can use Nano. So what I will do, I will use Touch. So using Touch, we will create the request. So if we listed our files, we will find request.json. So we have here request.json. We can remove it. Okay. So touch creating the file. So I will create the file again. So we don't have the file right now. I will create it. Then I can edit the file with Vim or Nano. So I prefer using Nano personally. So I will use Nano. Okay. So we will have empty file. Then what we will need to do is voting this request JSON containing the config, including the extension of the encoding of the voice file, which is FLACE, with the language and the language inside this voice file. Then the source of or this location of this file, audio file. So this file is already stored in Google Cloud Storage. Just we will call this file. Okay. So I will add my request and then Control X, then save, then Y. Okay. Okay, I have issue. My typing language is Arabic, not English, so this is my issue. Then Y for saving, then enter JSON. So right now we have our JSON file, okay, and we can execute our request after I created the JSON file. Okay, I didn't make the request. Okay. Okay, so I think Quick Labs cannot detect my JSON file for now, but I will complete because we will have the result. Doesn't look we completed this step, but already we created the JSON file. So I think we need to report this error for Quick Labs, but already we create our file. Okay, I will complete forward. Then I will make the request using CURL tool. So I will make a JSON request. I will run the request, and here we will have the output, JSON output here. Okay, so you can see the transcript of this voice file. How old is the Brooklyn Bridge? How old is the Brooklyn Bridge? Okay, so what I will do right now, I will show you another feature of Google Cloud Shell. So Google Cloud Shell having a Google Cloud Shell code editor. So if you clicked on, let me open Google Cloud Shell one more time. If you click here in code editor, you will see this screen. In this screen, you can see all your files on this project. As well, you can see code editing area. So you can edit code if you don't have experience with Vim or Nano and you don't like to use terminal for text editing. And here we will have our JSON file. This is a simple JSON request to getting the text inside the voice file. So you can apply this in your application. If you have an application like Uber or Kareem, simply instead of the user typing the location and so on, so you can add a mic. So the user can press on the mic and speak. I need, let's say, speak saying Tahrir Square or saying Abdul Men'am Riyad Square and so on. So you sending a Google request, a Google API request to speech API. You're sending this request and request getting back with the text. You put the text in the text box instead of the user typing the location and so on. This is one application. Second application is like you have a live interview or so, and you need to transcribe the voice on the screen from like Chinese to English or from English to Arabic and so on. So you can use Google API, Google Speech API to do this transcription. Okay, so I think we finished our first lab. I'm not sure if Quick Labs will detect our progress or not. I think we have the same issue from the last time, and I will report it for Quick Labs. Okay, but I think we finished our first lab, and we will go through the second lab. Can you let us know inside the chat if you have any things you are stuck with or difficulties and so on, so we can help you. We can take 5 minutes waiting you to finish this lab. All good? Should we go through the second lab? Hello? So I will end my lab because I cannot start 2 labs in the same time. So we need to end the lab once we finished it. I will start the second lab. I think you have the link in the discussion. bit.ly vision-quick labs. I will close all windows. I don't need it anymore. Okay. Quickly, this lab, we will have like 2 or 3 images, and we want to detect what is the features inside these images. So we will have an example for food, donuts, and we will have another example for an image combined between landmarks, which is Batra in Jordan, and the faces. So Google Vision API will detect the faces and will detect everything, and as well it will detect the location of Batra and will give us the Google Maps link for this location. Maybe you can apply this in your application. For example, if you wanted to enter the same application like Uber or Credential, just giving you a hint is because we will have the competition on the application itself. So the idea itself is like if you wanted to take Uber from Tahrir Square or from Dubai Mall and so on, so you can take a picture for the surrounding place. Then the Google Vision API will extract the location or extract the name of this place and put it in the box. So your Uber will arrive on this point. Okay. Will arrive to pick you up from this point. So what I will do right now, I can go through the lab. Then we can use the Google provided demo within the documentation to see the results, visual results, instead of seeing the JSON objects for people who are not interested to program with this, just seeing the results. But as a programmer, you need to understand every single command. You need to understand how to send requests with JSON. You will find the first introduction about how to use APIs and different types of APIs. And using APIs with HTTP requests and using APIs with command line. And the method we are using right now, it is a quick method using CURL method through the command line. Okay, so I will start my lab as usual. Here we have the introduction and the introduction and overview and prerequisites as well if we have prerequisites. And the setup requirements, and we started the lab. I forgot last time to introduce the Google APIs for you. Google APIs library for you. So I will introduce it this time when we open our credentials. So I will start my lab. After starting my lab, I will use subscription because we have a 3-month subscription. After starting our lab, we will open Google Console. After opening Google Console, we will enter the credential we have from Quick Labs. We will test Google Cloud Shell and so on. This is we used to do the same steps. So I will start quickly from here to save your time as well. So we are familiar with the previous steps, like starting the lab, open Google Console, and so on. So I will use another account because this is the issue of Google Chrome's I mentioned before. When you started mini labs, so you will have like 10 or 20 accounts. You don't need them, so you need to delete them, and you need to make it manually if you open your personal account. So usually we prefer you opening Google Incognito browser or even Firefox Incognito browser. Okay. So what I will do right now, I will log in with the new credential I got from Quick Labs. Accepting terms and condition. Okay, no changes. After opening the Quick Labs, we are familiar with Cloud Shell testing and so on. I will start quickly from creating the Cloud API. Right now, we know the process. If you want to use an API from Google, from Amazon, and so on, you need to have an API key. For example, a lot of services like mail services and so on they having application interface, but you need to have an API key to access this application interface. So this is the first step. You need the API key for Google, for Amazon, for IBM, for Microsoft, for SendGrid, for whatever you are using. So you need the API key. After you are needing the API key, you need to write the request, JSON request, or command you need to execute inside the terminal and so on. So you need to write this down according the documentation from this provider. So simply right now we can do any API request for different services. So we will go to our account, Google account. I will open navigation menu. Okay. I will open navigation menu. Then we will go to API and services as usual, API and services. Then we will click on credentials. We will create our API key. So API and services. Well, I will click this time in credential, but I will back again to library. Okay. So credential, create API key. I will create my API key. I will copy it as usual. Then back. I wanted to introduce Google API libraries for you. So Google having over 200 API, so you can use it for Google Maps, for machine learning, for Google Sheets, cloud, and so on. So a lot of APIs, you can use it in your application instead of reinventing the wheel and creating your code from scratch or technology from scratch. It is usually better using Google APIs or providers APIs instead of creating your own technology, unless you have innovation or innovative part inside your technology. So you have like something new not included with Google technology or Amazon and so on. So you need to create your own technology in this case. But usually if you are using the APIs or using the same technology with the same usual usage, you need to use something make your life easier and your code or application mature and flexible enough. Okay, fine. So this is the API libraries. You can go through it. You can see all APIs, how to call it and how to use it. But for me, we'll back to the API we are using. So here I will open Cloud Shell and I will open code editor. I need to let you see the files this time. Last time I made all edits through the terminal, but right now I will let you know how to edit through Cloud Shell code editor. So I open the code editor and I will do everything inside the code editor. It will make things easy for you. Okay, here we go. So I have my API key here, and I need to export my API key. I will take the term I will delete the term after the equal sign and combine them together with my API key and take all of them and export this API key here in our environment. After exporting, I will close this tab. After exporting this API key, I will go back. Then we need to save this image in Google Cloud Storage, which is one of Google services to store images and so on. Okay, to store binary files and so on. So I will go click on it, save image as, and here it asks us to save the image as donuts.png, and I believe this image will be JPEG, I think. So save this image as Ctrl V, and I will delete the last term for another extension, or I have to change the request file, JSON request file. I will show you how to do that if I kept the JPEG extension, but I will use PNG. Okay, so I will change the image to PNG. Then I will go Google Cloud Console. Okay. I'm having a trouble with my Cloud Shell code editor. I will do refresh. Reload. Okay, so I will open Google Cloud Storage. And I will create bucket, and with this bucket, the bucket should have a unique name, global unique name. So if I named it with Ahmed, for example, so it will be taken. So I need to have a unique name. So usually I advise you to use this unique name, which is the number after Google Word in your Quick Labs account. This will be a unique name. So I will use it to save my time. Then I will create. So I created a unique name bucket. Okay. After creating this unique name bucket, I need to create a folder. This folder name is folder name. This folder inside the IoT lab. Sorry, I forgot because I'm coming from IoT background, so I need to upload this image here. I upload it inside the bucket. After uploading the image, it will be a private image, not public. It's not accessible by public people. So I need to make it public. So what I will do right now, I will go and make it public. So here, Quick Labs explains how to make this image public. So we will edit the permission, and editing the permission, we will add an item. This item called all users, and we will add it in the permission. Let us see how to do this. Edit permissions. I will add entity here. Okay, so I will select group and all users and make it reader and save. Okay, so right now we have this image public. This image will be public. So if I click on this image, I will have it public, and as well you can see my image here. So I will put you the link inside the Quick Labs, the chat, so you can open this image. Okay, so as you can see, I saved this image on the Google Cloud Storage, and all of you can access it. Even me, I can access it. Okay, but keep in mind, after my lab ends here, after 34 minutes, this image will be deleted, and the machine, the whole machine and the whole account will be deleted. Okay. Okay. After we save the image, we need to create our Vision API request. So we will create a request JSON file, request file.json. We will create it. So we have different tools. We can use Nano, Vim, and so on. But I will show you a new tab here. But I'm facing trouble with my Cloud Shell editor. It's not working on the right way. Okay, there is something wrong with it. Okay, however, we can use Nano for now. So until Cloud Shell loading, and I will show you how to edit inside Cloud Shell code editor. So I will write Nano. Nano. Request.json. Right now I created a new file, request.json. I need to add inside this file here the request, which contains the location of this image on Google Cloud Storage, and the features I wanted to detect inside the image. So we can detect labels. So I need to detect labels on this image. So let me write the request, this JSON request. Okay. So I need to change this URL or the location with my bucket name. I have a unique bucket name, so we can take it from here as we. Okay. To double check, you can check your storage. Here is our bucket name as well. So if you check, like we have the same bucket name. Okay. So I can take this one to make more better sure. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here, Google storage location. We have the unique ID for the bucket name, then the name of the file itself. Okay, I need to save my file. Sorry, I saved this JSON file. So the next step is like executing this file. I will execute the request and we will get the label from this image. Okay. This is a simple command line request. So we have here a lot of labels inside the request. This is our response from the Google API, Vision API. So first label is powdered sugar. Second label or third label food. After that, we have a dish. We have different things. We have angle wings. We have sugar. So you can find a lot of labels with the score of this label. So we have, for example, we have powdered sugar with 98%. That image contains powdered sugar and so on. So you can use the response to detect labels inside your images. This is the first request. We can try the same request on the visual or the demo from Google. So Vision, I think it was Vision. Okay. Okay. Let me get the URL from my Clipper. Okay, here we go. So I got the link. Okay, so I will upload the image of donuts, not a robot. Don't give me quiz, please. Okay, not the perfect one to pass Google CAPTCHA quiz, but it's fine. Okay, so we made, this kind of request on only label. So you can include different features. You can include objects. You can include web. You can include save search and so on. So we will include different features in the next request, I think. So as you can see, the results with the JSON request here, you can see it here inside this scroll down menu, and we will have the JSON itself. So we have the same response here. Okay, so you can compare them, but in summary, you can understand the responses from this demo. If you are not familiar with the JSON objects and so on, so you can understand. It is the first step for you to know how to detect labels from an image. We need to complete the lab because we are running out of time, lab time. So this was our first request for this lab. Second one is web detection. So we will use the same name and the same image, but we will change the feature, which is web detection. So I will change it to web detection, and we will see the matched links for this image on the internet. But I will do this through the request first. I will change label detection to web detection with nano. So I have nano request to JSON, and I will change the features I need to detect. Okay, and after that we will go to the demo to see it as well. Rolex. I will execute the request one more time. So we have related images on the internet, so you can see link is here and so on and so on. A lot of resources, a lot of search results and so on. So I will do the same thing. If we open the web, this is the same results in our request here. So you can find this in our request. So this is a related links and so on. And if you checked, we need to check the JSON file. So if you check the JSON file, you will find okay, I need to hide and open it again to open the web detection. So if you open the JSON file, you will find it the same file or the same response we have here in Google Cloud Console. Okay, so simply you can detect the features you wanted to detect inside the image, web objects and the labels and so on. So you can try it in different types of features. And right now we will move to the second example. Okay, actually this is the result of images. If we click on the images, copies of images, we will find this one. We will find a lot of images. He giving you the example at Quick Labs here. Give you the example. It says this is the web injection or the web injection results. You can see similar images on the internet. Second image, we will use it as well. We will upload it to our storage. So save and selfie.png. Save image as, and I will click selfie.png. Here our storage. Okay, I forgot to rename it, but okay, Finder. Rename. V use PNG. Then what I will do, I will drag and drop it inside the Google Cloud Storage. Okay, then we need to make it public as we made with the previous image. So here we need to add entity. We add item. This item is under entity group. After that, the name of this item all users. So we need to do this for this image. You can right now see the difference between both images, first one and second one. And by the way, if you are working with me right now, you can use my my link. I posted it on the chat or the discussion for YouTube. So you can use my link, not your link. You don't need to upload it. You can try, you can play with it. But right now we can edit the permission for this image and add item, group, and all users and reader. Save. So this image now public as well. Okay. So I need to create our JSON request for the second image here. And this request, Quick Labs started to combine between face detection and landmarks detection. So we have two features here to detect. We can add web detection as well, we can add another features. So it will be simple for you to have a lot of results. But in this case, our JSON response will be very, very long. So we will see. Okay, so I will create or update the JSON request. I will update it. So I will go right now and update my JSON request. We are not lucky with Google Cloud Shell. I'm having an issue to make it load. So I will leave it and we'll open it again. Let me see. Okay, if it opens, I will let you know how to edit inside Google Cloud Shell editor. But if not, okay, I think it will take more time. Okay, so I will edit the request and I need to change everything. Okay, here we go. It's upright. Okay, so this is our request JSON request file. I will delete all content. I'll add the new content. It will be easier to edit the file through the GUI. And I need to change the bucket name. Bucket name here is this term. I will take it and put it here. Okay, then I will save the JSON request. Then I will execute the terminal command that will return with the JSON response. So we have a lot of details inside this response. Actually, it locates the eye and the faces of people inside the image. So you have the coordinate of the faces inside the image and so on. And we will have the landmark detection. It should detect the Batra, which is a great location in Jordan. And the location of this place. So we will have here the location. So altitude, latitude, and longitude, and we have the name of the location, description here is Batra, and so on. We can try with Cloud Vision as well. So we can add one more image here, and we can see the results here. So feel free to develop your application. Actually, it will make everything easier for you. So I will upload the same image. And I believe with this, I think with this last request, we finished our lab today. But let me announce something. Will be very cool for people who attended the session today. So using Google APIs to develop your application is very, very easy. So I need you or I need all people attended the session today to participate in a small competition, simple competition. I suggested to make a prize, which is to Google Home Mini for people who making a simple application using Google APIs. You can make it web, you can make it mobile applications. You need to publish the code on your GitHub account and then share with us your GitHub account or this link for this repo. The most important point, you need to document or explain the code on the MD file. So you need to learn how to document your code, the API you used, the request you send, and so on. I'm not talking about something complex. I'm talking about simple things. You need to combine between two APIs. So at least you are using two APIs, and at least you finished 4 labs from machine learning APIs quest. So the rules as following: you finished 4 labs from machine learning APIs quest. You need to finish 4 labs from machine learning APIs quest, or finishing the whole quest and sending us your quick labs profile. And you need to make a simple application, web, mobile. However, you need to make this application in your GitHub account, publish it on GitHub account, post the documentation on MD file, send us the link of the repo. I will share with you right now the link of the form you will submit your your application. So once you submit this application, we will select top 2. We will select top 2, and they will be announced, and we will send them Google Home Mini. I think we will have some issues with a couple of countries. We cannot send them stuff, but we will share with them like how to send them the things. If they have someone in different country, we can send it, and so on. So we will contact them. Once we selected the top 2, we will contact them and giving them Google Home Mini. It's a simple price, but I wanted to encourage people starting to think and practice what we learned today. Let me share with you the link. And right now we are done with our lab. So feel free to ask any questions. If you have any something you are stuck with, and so on, so we are here to help you. Is there any questions? Okay, so right now I shared with you the link of the form to submit your application. If you have made an application and so on, I wanted to get the price, we will send it to you. So you can submit it here, bit.ly/GDR price. Okay. I think you need to think out of the box. You need to combine between 2 APIs. So for example, you can combine between Vision API and Translation API by making an application to translate from Chinese to Arabic, for example. You need to combine between, let's say, image Vision API and Speech API, or from Speech API to Vision API, searching about historical places in your country. So you can click on the mic, store the voice comment, and transcript it to text and search in Google, search about this image, and so on and so on. So you can think about it. You can give it a try, and we will be happy to share your progress with the community. So and as well compensate with a Google Home Mini. Okay, I think we finished our lab today. So feel free to ask anything. We are here to help you if there are any questions. Yes, and I need to mention that the price only for machine learning API session, for this session only. So it is not for all sessions. I give the price as a speaker. I wanted to encourage people to practice what I spent like 2 hours explaining today. So I made this price to encourage people or developers to show the community how they used this session to let's say develop a simple application. So this the price is only for this session. It is not for each for coming sessions. So only for machine learning APIs. Okay, we can go back for the presentation. So what is next? You need to open the documentation and check the documentation for machine learning APIs, translation, and natural language, and so on. What is next? I think we will have a very sorry. I think we will have a very nice interesting session with TensorFlow. So you can check the next session about TensorFlow. You can learn TensorFlow after learning using machine learning APIs. You can use open source and ready frameworks like TensorFlow and so on. And if you register in Google Cloud Platform, you can get free $300. It is open for everyone. Just cloud.google.com free, so you can get personal account in Google Cloud Platform, and you have 12 months to test your own applications and so on. It may help you. Okay. So I believe if you have any questions, let me know. As well, you can find me on Twitter or social media with Sobhy. So you can feel free to contact me asking me anything. Okay. So let's close on it. Machine learning APIs slides posted on the discussion. The price for machine learning APIs discussion posted in the discussion. The deadline is only 1 week from this session, only 1 week. So you need to make your application within 1 week. I think it is very easy for everyone who are familiar with developing with APIs and so on. And if you are a beginner, so it is not a big deal. You can make a simple application. Don't panic. Make it easy and send us your submission, and we will like respect this. I think if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, we will close the live and be prepared. Take a cup of tea or Nescafe and be prepared for the next session. Thank you all and have a nice day. And looking forward to hear from you soon. If you have any troubles or questions, I will be happy to answer your questions. Have a nice day and enjoy your next session.